Hey guys, so I thought I would do pretty much an honest review kind of on Zelda. So Breath of the Wild, everybody's done a review, but everybody I find just kind of threw theirs out so quickly because they wanted just to get them out for views and clickbait and all that stuff. And personally I wanted to actually play it a hell of a lot. I think I've basically put about 25 hours into this game now. I've played a hell of a lot at work, etc. So I thought it's about time that I did an honest review. So you will like this game, I believe, if you are a new Zelda fan. So if you've never played Zelda, you will like this. If you like kind of like scavenging, you know, for food and stuff like that. Also you'll like it if you it kind of like reminds me a bit of Fallout in the sense of finding weapons, etc. And I think you'll like it as well if you're an old school Nintendo fan. I am an old school Nintendo and Zelda fan, and I do really like it. What I will say, like, some of my things were getting used to, which was difficult, was the weapon situation. That is, you get a certain amount of hits or uses with the weapons, and then they kind of go and explode, and then you have to equip another weapon. It's not a bad idea. He does it as well with the shields, like your bow and arrow and stuff like that. It's quite good. I'm just kind of like hoping that you do get actual ones that don't do that eventually. Like, it's nice and all, but it's really frustrating when I'm in the middle of a battle and I'm suddenly like, splat, crap, I've got loads of things coming at me and now I've got to pause, click, 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 or click the up and down one if you can remember exactly which one is blooming which, and go back to that. The next thing, obviously, you do get in here, and this isn't a spoiler, don't worry, is you get powers. That's what I will say because I don't want to spoil it for people, but you get different powers. There's about 6, I believe. Those are a novelty. They are quite nice. Sometimes you'll go into like the ruins or like the towers that you have to, or the shrines, sorry, that you have tasks to do in, and you have to use 1 power, 2 powers, 3. They kind of like build it up a little bit. So it's quite nice. You can obviously use these powers out in the main area as well, which is quite good because you go, actually, if I use that power, I can do this to get to that. So it's quite nice. I really like the landscape. It's really nice having free roam. It's one of the things I got really annoyed at with the new Pokemon game, that it wasn't free roam enough. I actually really enjoyed it. I love the fact you can go pick up a horse. You can just go. It doesn't have to be your particular horse, any horse. I like the fact you can just go, right now I just want to wander off over the left hand side of the map. I know I just pointed right, but either way, you know, you just want to scoot over that way, etc. And that's really nice. There was no set path. Obviously, there are little shrines you go in and they have trials. I'm enjoying the trials, and I will say they've obviously changed the way you get kind of hearts, which I found a little bit odd. You know, obviously I'm used to kind of finding a heart piece and then 4 pieces make a heart, but yeah, they've changed that in the sense of you have to defeat 4 shrines. Each time you defeat a shrine you get like a little orb. The orb then, obviously when you get 4 of them, you can trade either for stealth or a heart. So that's a bit different. Obviously I know they couldn't do this like they did in the original, which is in the original you've kind of got blades of grass, haven't you, and you kind of spin around and you go, yes, I found a freaking coin, that's what I wanted. So you kind of go and you pick them all up, and yeah, they doesn't really do that anymore. I do like the amount of scavenging you can do. Like, I quite enjoy the fact you can run along and you're like, oh, I can pick up, I don't know, a turnip, a carrot, you go in the trees, there's apples, you go up in the trees, you can go in the birds' nests and get eggs. Yeah, I do really enjoy the scavenging part of it, but that's just me. I love Fallout, and I've spent nearly 100 hours just scavenging crap to put in my town, including collecting every single ball for the pool table because I want to collect them. So that's the hoarding side of me in games. But yeah, that's quite nice. Obviously at the moment, personally, I've not really found much to do with most of these items. You can obviously go and you can cook the items, so you can either just hold 5 items, drop them on the fire, they'll kind of set alight, and then eventually you have to be quick enough, but like the mushrooms will go to toasted mushrooms, the apples will go to baked apples, the raw meat will go to cooked meat or seared meat. Or you can go to the bowls and you can throw 5 items in a bowl, and say like you put say you put a meat in there with mushrooms, just 1 piece of meat and 4 mushrooms, it will be a hefty meat and mushroom skewer. But if you put 4 mushrooms and like a tiny piece of meat, it will be like a mushroom and meat skewer, etc. You can do loads of veggies and it will be like a healthy veggie stew, etc. So that's quite nice. I do quite enjoy that part. All in all, I do think it deserves the reviews it's been getting. I know people have been like, because it's got such a good review on that Metacritic, then people are kind of like trying to pick holes in it, like, oh, but it doesn't do this and stuff like that. Like, I believe, I haven't got to this part yet and I have seen this, you can change Link's clothing to what you desire, which would be quite nice. The amiibos are ridiculous, and I know like Zelda herself is going for like frigging $50 on eBay. Please look around. I don't condone what I call scalping. That's what ticket scalpers do. Look everywhere. So if you really want these, look at Smith's Toy Shop in Argos. Like, Argos is like forgotten all the time. Like, amiibo cards came out and nobody had them, but Argos had a massive amount until I bought them all gradually over the course of a few months. But Smith's Toy Shop, Argos, Toys R Us will have them. Look in supermarkets, so Sainsbury's, Tesco's. I don't think Morrison's really has a big option of that, but Asda is our version of Walmart. So look in Asda, look in like all the little places that you go, actually I never thought of looking there. So yeah, definitely look in these places. Even Christ, look in CX and look in game as well. Like, genuinely look around. Like, I bought my limited edition Zelda Breath of the Wild game on Sunday, so that is 3 days after day of release, for £80, which is the bog standard price in game in Basingstoke. But that's just because I went in there, I was like, oh my god, they actually had it, well, I'm gonna buy it. That's the reason. But I traded in my standard copy and got that one instead, so then obviously I traded it in value wise, etc. I do believe it deserves the basic, like, the review it's getting, and personally I would definitely give it, I would say a 9 out of 10, because at the moment there's always things they can work on. Well, personally I think it's a really good story. At the moment I'm a bit like, I'm just wandering around aimlessly. I've listened and I've read everything that had to be said, but I'm a bit like, oh okay, I'll just wander around to do all the shrines, because I'm not really sure where else to go. If you do want to add extra bits to it, don't think you can add the amiibos. If you've got the original amiibo, which is Zelda, and he said Link as the little wolf with his little friend on him, then that does work as well, because I've got the original one, but they rebought it out for this game as well. But obviously you've got the season pass. I haven't got the season pass yet, just because, I'm sorry, I spent far too much money, and at the moment I don't even believe there's anything on there. I know it's going to be extra dungeons and stuff, but I'm happy to wait. But yeah, let me know what you think of Zelda. Have you played it? Have you had really good reviews on it? Maybe you're playing it on the Wii U and not on the Switch, so let me know what your experiences are on the Wii U. Obviously, if you do want it and you've got a Wii U but you haven't got a Switch, you can get it on the Wii U. Don't forget to obviously leave me any comments down below. I said let me know what you think of it. Maybe you're not enjoying it as much, maybe you really are enjoying it and you just want to tell me where you found something awesome, like more clothes. I need more clothes. I found like 2 pieces of extra clothing, and it is sad. I'm like, I have the warm top and the box standard long bottoms, and I have looked everywhere. I found the warm top today, and I almost was like, oh my god. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video as well. If you want to see more videos like this, I've got unboxings and an honest review on the Switch as well, so take a look at those if you're interested. I'm gonna also be putting an honest review up of the Bomberman title that came out for the Switch, but I'm going to be doing that tomorrow because I'm going to sit there and give it a good proper go tonight, because I want to do a proper review, not just a I think this is good because it's good, just like some people do. But don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.